After ages in dormancy, after losing hope and regaining it, then losing it, then regaining it again, finally Stalker 2 is finally close. And it looks fucking awesome.
Координати закинув. Поквапся.
We finally have a Stalker game on next-gen technology instead of the duct tape jury-rigged decades-old tech that the old Stalker games run on. This game still looks good though, especially with mods. And it really shows. The game looks absolutely awesome. I don't know what's up with Ukrainians, but they can make some really pretty games and not like in the Unreal Engine asset pretty, but like actually really pretty, like a AAA game quality pretty. While still having the standard Euro jank that I love, but without the bullshit. Everything about the game seems to have been improved. Better graphics, better gunplay, smarter AI, without resorting to homing grenades hopefully. Better ambience. Like damn, this one video immediately convinces me that Stalker is finally back and not in a corrupted form. Presentation wise at least. As for the real meat of Stalker, and that is the exploration, that is something we have to see for ourselves when it releases soonish. The one thing that I'm genuinely worried about is the story. Stalker hasn't been one for big stories, even if it does have multiple endings. There's nothing cinematic about Stalker during the actual gameplay. There's almost no cutscenes in the old games, except in Call of Pripyat. And all the storytelling is done during gameplay, which can result in frustration, but also funnies.
Making a mother of all omelets.
There's a really big push on the cinematic cuts in these trailers, where people talk to you in the small cap cutscenes, instead of, the old games just slamming you with a text box or a random chimera. I just hope this won't be intrusive. I do understand that they want to up their production value and make it more AAA-like, but at the same time, it'll lose some of the charm that comes with the old system. But in the end, it's probably for the best. I just like weird janky stuff like that. Like in the old games, where the quest giver might get eaten by dogs before you even meet them. For the stuff that I really enjoy though, they're all back. Things like artifact hunting with the artifact detector, throwing balls to activate the anomaly so you can pass through it safely while it's still in recovery, traipsing to the abandoned city of Pripyat while just letting the atmosphere sink in, and then this guy appears! And the gunplay. Holy crap, the gunplay looks far better.
I'm hiding. Nowhere to hell. Grenade! Get down! Keep those fucks pinned. Gonna reload. Got a little present for ya.
Gun sounds a lot more punchier, there's more feedback to firing a gun, and I can't wait to do gunfights at night, which was usually pretty terrifying by the way, and will probably even more terrifying now if they make the nights especially pitch black, with only the moonlight sometimes illuminating you, like what the mods did. Especially if you don't have night vision goggles. What I'm still unsure of though, is if they're gonna keep the old quick save system before every combat encounter because of how fast shit can go downhill. While it was kind of an anti-frustration feature, I still think that it's pretty cheap they can just save before every combat encounter. It kinda take out the survival part of the survival horror, and basically null the fear and consequences of living in such a dangerous area like the zone. What I suggest instead is making you only able to save and reload in an active campfire. While it does make the game quite harder, I think it's a natural evolution for a game like Stalker, where it's about exploring an extremely dangerous anomalous zone where death is pretty much around every corner. Shouldn't death have more consequences than loading back a quick save, especially in a game like Stalker? I think so. There should be more consequences to dying, so you have to be more wary of your surroundings and have that primal fear that something out there might be, stalking you and try to eat you. Like with how weapon customization works in this game, I hope you can only do it on workbenches, honestly just placing a silencer, suppressor on your weapon. That one should be allowed at any time as long as you have one in your inventory. From the trailers we can already see that weathers are back, which of course they are. But what I'm interested though is if they will bring back the emissions or blowouts from Clear Sky and Call of Pripyat. Or will it only happen during scripted events like in Shadow of Chernobyl? I sure hope they kept it as a gameplay feature though, because emissions are big oh shit moment. Like I remember when I was playing Call of Pripyat, I was forced to huddle up in the bloodsucker nest in Zaton. It was so fucking terrifying to the point that I actually quit the game. Yeah, it was really embarrassing. This is recorded after the deep dive. Yes, emissions are random. Yes. Another thing that I would like them to add more to the game that may be a bit more controversial are the supernatural elements. Most of the Stalker-ish games that came out during its slumber had very explicitly supernatural elements that simply left unexplained, which of course is for the best. And they used that very effectively. And while Stalker does have supernatural horror elements, it's all mostly rooted in science. Well, science. But you get what I mean. And not like complete unknown horrors that may just strike you at the most inopportune time. Things like doors opening by itself, something that's moving around the corner of your eye, unknown sounds, footsteps falling behind you, or maybe even ghostly apparitions that just watches you from abandoned buildings. Not necessarily dangerous, just extra details that keeps you on the edge, especially now with the map being a full open world instead of segmented open areas. Again, this is more of a taste thing and not like, Stalker must have this or it will suck thing. I'm just a Darkwood and Metro enjoyer, that's all. So yeah, I'm actually pretty excited about Stalker 2. It's been a long time coming. After many spiritual successors that came out like Metro, which while it doesn't exactly give the same experience as the Stalker games, they're still amazing games. I actually like them more than any entry in the Bioshock series. But yeah, they're not the same. Same thing with Darkwood and that VR game, Into the Radius. They don't have that Stalker spice that make it so good. They do have their own spice though, which are pretty tasty on their own. Anyway, I hope they still have the massive mod support that the old games have, because those mods are like Bethesda level mods. To the point that there's actually a whole game based on the cut content of Shadow of Chernobyl that's listed as a mod somehow. Alright, Hype Man mode over, rant's done. Like, share, and subscribe if you want, or if you're just as hype as me for Stalker 2. Oh yeah, do you guys know about